There is an ocean of everything you want: success, power, and the most satisfying relationships. It's all available and waiting for you. This is The Zone of Action with your host, Gerald Action Jackson.
Today, the subject of this podcast is guard your time, guard your mind, guard your future. Guard your time, guard your mind, guard your future. The unspoken rules of protecting your energy and momentum. Here are a few practical, real-world tips that have genuinely made my life easier, especially in business. None of this is theory. This is lived experience, trial and error, and learning the hard way so you do not have to. The first thing I would tell anyone who wants to level up is to cut down the time spent watching television. TV is designed to keep you passive. That time can be reclaimed and used to actively build your mind. This is prime real estate for clean, powerful information you can actually use. And yes, I am going to say the dreaded word, books. Reading more books has been a game changer for me. Even fiction has value. Stories often contain lessons about human behavior, leadership, resilience, and decision making. Personally, I gravitate toward motivational books, biographies, and history. I have recently been deep into the lives of people who achieved monumental success after starting with nothing. Reading about their discipline, sacrifices, and setbacks has given me exactly what I needed at different stages of my own journey. If television still has a place in your life, I suggest being intentional with it. I have a subscription to Masterclass, where hundreds of accomplished people teach specific skills. Two standouts for me are the negotiating course and the class taught by Kim Kardashian. Whatever your personal feelings might be, there is a lot to learn from someone who has built multiple successful businesses, understands branding, and knows how to navigate complex systems. Another habit that required discipline was putting the phone down. Mindless scrolling is one of the biggest silent killers of ambition. The time loss is staggering. Those minutes and hours are often the exact time you need to reach your goals, improve your lifestyle, or move one project forward. The phone is not the enemy, but uncontrolled consumption is. Because I manage multiple projects at once, I had to simplify how I organize work. I consolidated everything into a project management tool built into Microsoft. This single move saved me enormous time and frustration. Tasks are assigned clearly. Deadlines are visible and accountability is built in. Everyone knows what is expected, when it is due, and who owns it. Clarity eliminates chaos. Another major shift has been how I protect my time. I receive a lot of meeting requests, and many of them serve no real purpose. One category I avoid completely is meetings with struggling recording artists who want to know why my stations are not playing their music. A meeting does not change data. I program based on measurable factors like audience stats, sales, streams, and social media engagement. Occasionally, instinct plays a role, but it is never disconnected from real metrics. I get 10 hours a day in the office. If a meeting is not about increasing revenue, improving ratings, or strengthening my staff, I am not interested. That may sound cold, but it is honest. Time is a finite resource. I also do not schedule meetings longer than 30 minutes with people outside my organization. If there is no clear synergy, there is likely no need to meet. One of the most freeing decisions I have made is learning when not to share my opinion. Silence can be strategic. I listen, but I do not judge out loud. If genuine feedback is truly needed, I will give it. Otherwise, expressing opinions on sensitive subjects often produces nothing but resistance, conflict, or unintended consequences. We live in a culture where disagreement is treated as a personal attack. Agree with me or I will cancel you has become an unspoken rule. Careers, reputations, and livelihoods can be targeted simply because someone holds a different view. Because of that reality, I no longer share opinions on politics, religion, or other emotionally charged topics. I do not even share my favorite football team anymore. It is simply not worth the noise. I once wrote an opinion on the relationships between men and women. I felt it was thoughtful and fact-based. A close friend advised me to delete it and not publish the related blog. I listened. Later that same day, I shared the opinion privately with my wife, and she was offended. That moment confirmed the wisdom of restraint. Staying quiet and under the radar can protect your peace and your progress. I went so far as to have one of my social media accounts completely scrubbed and deleted. It was filled with opinions and sarcastic humor that no longer served the direction I am headed. That single decision removed stress I did not realize I was carrying. Which brings me to another important point. You do not need to publicize everything you do. When success starts to show up, that is often when you become a target. I recently watched a media personality I respect receive a major contract and financial win. Almost immediately, someone tried to bring up an issue from more than 3 decades ago. That is not coincidence. Visibility attracts opportunity, but it also attracts attention you may not want. Because of this climate, some of my podcast scripts now go through legal review. That is not paranoia. That is prudence. People are increasingly becoming targets, and protecting yourself is part of modern success. The bottom line is simple. Guard your time. Guard your focus. Guard your voice. Feed your mind with things that build you, not distract you. You do not have to announce every move. Quiet progress is still progress. In many cases, it is the safest and strongest kind. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter, JEROLDJAX. On Facebook, Gerald Action Jackson and Zone of Action. Check out the website, GeraldJackson.com. Happiness starts with you, not with your relationship, not with your job, not with your money, but with you in the zone of action.